Hi folks and welcome back. This has been a long time coming for this one, but today I am going to start making the carbon fibre front bumper for the track car. Stay tuned. Right, so excuse the dodgy haircut, not got much yet left, so the hairdresser does do our best, but hey, we're all getting older. So this has been lying in my way for about 6 months, maybe even longer, and I think it's time to just start getting the carbon fibre into it and see where we end up. Now originally it was a two-part mould. You see the other piece over here that would sit on top of it, and that would give you the flange for here. So this is where the wheel well would be, and the flange coming back the way, and it'd also give you the flange off the bottom of the bumper. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a little bit differently and make it a bit easier. So I'm going to make this in one piece, and at the sides here I've got a foam core stuff I can put in and overlay the carbon on it, and it gives you a bit of thickness on the side. And I might do something similar with the bottom, but I'm going to make a full under tray for the bottom, so I'll just figure that one out later. I could always later on make this piece itself and then bond it onto the back of the bumper, so wait and see. I just want to get this done and out of the way because it's really been getting in my way for months. So I'll probably make it with 4 to 5 layers of carbon. It's going to really be awkward to keep the visual, the bit you would see at the front of the car, so the main bit here coming over to the vents, to keep that straight, decent and straight. So I'll spend a bit of time getting the first layer in, and then after that we can pack it in. We're not too conscious about how it looks. So yeah, 4 or 5 layers in, get the vacuum materials in, the bagging, the coils, the lines, and then we'll just pull a vacuum on it, see if it's all good, and put some resin in, and then leave it for a few days before we demould it. So that's the plan. Let's get on with it. Right, forgot to mention just before we set you up in time lapse, I've cleaned this mould about 5 times yesterday with this chemical release agent, and I'm going to do it once more today just in case any dust's landed on it. Just give it a little clean up. Yeah, after that we're just going to get some spray tack adhesive and try and place that first layer of carbon in. So yeah, I'll get you set up. Oh, I've been working on, you'll see this in our video, I've been working on a kind of rear diffuser that's going to come out to as wide as the arches, so this is kind of main size of it. I've used another style of diffuser to mould in the shape and things, so yeah, you'll see that in another video, but for now, let's get on with this bumper. Oh Jesus, it's been so long I forgot how much I hated laying carbon, and I'm absolutely crap at it. So anyway, one layer done, that's took about an hour and a half. It is very rubbish, but I'm balls deep in it now, so I just need to keep going and see what the end result is. Like most of the panels, it will have their issues, and I'll just repair them and we'll get it clear coated at the end. But yeah, first layer is always the hardest, and it definitely lived up to that. I've got another 3 or 4 layers, backing layers put in, and I'll bring you back when we're doing the resin infusion stuff. Save you all the heartache that I'm going to go through right now. Right, so that's like 4.5 hours of my life I won't get back, and to be honest, yeah, it's alright. I've got issues, see when doing complex shapes, never goes well for me. The spray adhesive we use, it's fine. I think if you're doing flat surfaces, mostly you spray it on, get the carbon to stick to it, and then you can spray the next few layers on. But as soon as you're doing complex surfaces, if you like pull a little bit of it, it all just comes apart. And yeah, I've done my best. That's all I'm asking for. DIY at the end of the day. So we've got 4 layers on. I've put some extra up in the corners, a couple of bits of the vents, kind of across the middle and things like that. So I can put some scraps over it. So now we are going to clean around the perimeter of it, put the tacky tape on, and then we need to use the blue this blue stuff here. I'm looking at it, hoping that I've got enough. Oh yeah, I've got a new roll. Yeah, so if enough, that's the release film and the flow mesh for the resin, and then after that you've got the pink vacuum bag. So yeah, I'll just stay on time lapse. It's pretty self-explanatory if you're watching it, and then we'll bring you back when we're about to put the resin in, which again, what's that, 20 to 8 at night, so we'll maybe, yeah, we'll be here to probably close to midnight by the time we actually get everything done and get the resin into it. So yeah, let's go. Right, we are, what is it, 10 o'clock, just come up 10 o'clock, and we've got it all bagged up and everything as you've seen. We're just pulling some vacuum, doing some testing, a couple of leaks that I'm just going to try and kind of find and pinpoint, so we can hold vacuum for 20 minutes, half an hour, and we're kind of satisfied that no more air can get in, and then we'll start putting the resin in. So yeah, nothing special to show you really, apart from you're pulling the vacuum. You need to pull it a couple of times just to get everything tucked the way you want it. Especially into the kind of recesses around about the vents and things. So at this point it looks alright, but I'll pull it a few more times and we'll just see where we end up. Well, that took a little while to find a leak, a tiny little leak, but it just kept dropping the pressure of the bag, so you have to keep going round and round it, as you've probably seen, just squeezing the putty into the bag, make sure there's no any little leaks anywhere. It turned out I had a bit of excess bag up here, and I think it's just been leaking through a small, tiny bit in the corner here. Seems to be holding fine now, so I'm just using the heater here. It was 19 degrees before I put the heater on. Just try to get up to maybe 22 degrees, somewhere between 20 and 25 is good for the resin. The resin I'm using, which is stored in my house, so it's set at 20 odd degrees anyway. It's the stuff from Easy Composites. Just use their stuff most of the time because based in the UK, easy to get a hold of. So I'll use a mixture of slow and fast hardener. It probably takes about 24 hours for a kind of full cure in quotations. But yeah, still holding pressure, so I'm going to start mixing this up. I'll probably try and position the camera over the other side because I'm going to put in these two lines into a resin cup and see how it goes. My vacuum line's up here just now. So I want to pull it kind of this way. So once we kind of start getting it this way, I'll move the vacuum pump over to that other line to see if it goes the other way. You can put one line in the middle and kind of hope for the best, but I really want to concentrate on getting the resin up into the corners. So yeah, hopefully that does the job. Hopefully it wants to pull it over to one side and then I can still pull more over to the other side. Keep your fingers crossed because this is a lot of money in carbon fibre and resin and all the rest of the stuff, so it would have been cheaper buying a normal body kit. Hindsight, hindsight is 2020, so yeah, wish me luck. Before the battery runs out, we'll just give you a wee rundown. Everything actually seemed to go well. If the time lapse showed it, I was starting to panic because it was pulling the resin up towards this way and up towards that way, and the middle was a lot drier on the sides. You'll maybe see the reason why if you look down here. If the camera will show it or not, but you can see carbon fibre. It's not got the mesh around it, so I think the resin was running to that point, and then it was taking the easy route and going kind of around the sides, so it wasn't actually coming up and over there as quickly. So yeah, started to panic a little bit, thinking I'm going to have to do something in the middle somehow. But yeah, once the resin kind of got to this feed line, or the vacuum line coming out, I switched that off, and then I put the vacuum to this side, and it just seemed to even itself out. So both lines are shut as well. That line going into vacuum shut, that's shut, and I've got some resin left, so I'm just going to let it kind of gradually pull it in. We'll see what we're left with. So it used the full 5 kilograms of that stuff, so I'm glad I didn't need any more, and we're just going to give it, I'll maybe sit out here for another half an hour just to see how this goes in, clamp these lines off. And we'll give it a few days and we'll see what we end up with. So yeah, I think would we say 12 o'clock, it is 10 to 12, so it'll be a late one for me tonight, and I'll get back in touch in a few days. Okay, we're back 2 days later, and it's time to see what we've got. So I've kind of took the vacuum pump and different things off it just so it's ready to unwrap. Looks okay. I mean, sometimes the air starts getting back in, you can see the bag goes a bit white and stuff, but yeah, everything looks okay. So I'm just going to set this up on a tripod and probably swear quite a bit, but keep my fingers crossed that it comes out. So let's go for that. Oh my god, this is kicking my arse. Probably been at it about an hour now. It's a bit of a struggle. It's all loose. When you tap at the hammer you can feel that it's loose, but I think it's just this collection of curves and everything that's in it. Once you get one to pop up, it will go, so it's just a matter of hitting the sweet spot of it. So you just need to keep working your way around and then hope you hear that really satisfying kind of click, and it all just kind of pops up. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working at it, keep trying to put wedges in different positions and see what works. So I think I need to go for a cup of tea just now though and have a break. Getting close, thankfully. Come on. Yes! Oh, please be decent after all that. Right, mold looks okay. How is this looking? We're all right. Yeehaw! Right, time for a close-up. Right, so here we go. It's came out better, but also just as I expected. I'll put this torch down so I can show you some. So the bits like here that are white. That's basically where the resin's got underneath the cloth, so you can sand this back to get it back to the kind of carbon. So there's quite a few bits like this. These bits here will be getting cut out for the daytime running lights. These two bits here are vents, so I'll be cutting these out, as will kind of these mouths to the bumper will be getting cut out. So yeah, there's a couple of bits like this that I can sand down and re-resin. Just a couple of little bits here and there. Again, that's getting cut out. Bit here to repair, bit up at the lights. A couple of marks where I had to get the pry bars in. I think these bits here are covered by where the arch sits. This bit you see where the headlight's back at this point, I think. So you'll see this. Yeah, a couple of bits here need to sand and repair. And there's the bits I kind of gouged into that little bit, so I'll need to repair that. But overall, I need to sand and fix that. I caught that a few times trying to get it out, but you could feel it was all loose when you're kind of working on it. You could feel it wasn't touching the back of the mould, and I think just the way these extra bits I've added on, even though they're all going the right way, they should release, but I think there's just so many of them, they're just fighting against each other. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Time that's sanded and repaired and I got a clear on it. That was the one well, I always say that with everyone, I'm dreading it, but this was the big last one. The amount of money and carbon and resin that's in it, I was hoping it would kind of work out to something usable, which it has. So I just need to trim it, cut out all the vents, and as I was saying before, so on the back here where the wheel arch is, I'm going to put some more, I'll show you just now actually, it's up here. So you get this stuff here, which is a kind of foam core. You can saturate that with resin. This is a bit that I'd kind of made, so that's this foam core, and it's got, I think it's got two layers of resin on it, and it's absolutely solid. So I'll probably do that round about the wheel arches, and I'll probably make this splitter the similar way, a sandwich core, and I will cut it so the splitter will fit into this groove here. So the splitter will come out and the bumper will kind of sit onto the splitter. I'll kind of trim this big maybe to this line, but it'll end up going up a bit here and sit onto the top of the splitter. So yeah, these bits here, a bit hard to pick up on camera, but basically the resin is pulled on top of this layer, so it's solid. So I'll need to sit with a chisel and just kind of chip off the resin before I can get that off. So yeah, it's a bit later tonight, so I probably won't bother cutting anything. So I'll get it trimmed up soon and keep you posted. Okay, so there we have it, all vents all trimmed out. Might need a little bit of trimming when I come to fit it, but yeah, you can see the kind of design that we're going for, similar to the Nismo V2, but we've widened it at the side by 2 inches either side, so that's why we've got this extra kind of vent here as well. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I know there's a few bits where you can see the white resin build up. That's more or less, it's a spray, this tack spray that we use. If there's anywhere that's got a thicker resin, it goes cloudy, so can sand that out, repair it. But yeah, overall I'm happy with it. Still got a little bit more trimming to do, kind of around about the light area when I come to fit it. But at the moment the car isn't really in a state for me to try that. Still got half the front end missing, so yeah, overall I'm happy with it. And for a DIYer at Carbon, yeah, ecstatic. Costs a little bit of money and lots of time. But yeah, happy with it. Hopefully you can join us next time. Probably doing the rear diffuser after this because we've already made a start on that. So yeah, take care guys, till next time.